Good day once again, class. So this time we will be discussing couples naman. This is the last topic that will be included in your first examination, which will be happening or which we'll be doing on Monday next week. Okay, so couples tayo, class. A couple is basically, it is a special type of a moment, okay, wherein may dalawang forces na they are of equal magnitude. Equal magnitude sila, but opposite yung direction nila, and they are said to be non-collinear. Meaning to say, they are not lying on the same line. Ito. Okay? Non-collinear sila, pero parallel. Okay? And the moment na mapoproduce nitong dalawang equivalent forces of opposite direction and non-collinear is what we call couple. Okay? Kaya sinasabi ko, couple is the special case ng moment or special form ng moment. Couples have certain unique properties and have important applications in mechanics. So for example, 'di ba, if we will be evaluating each individual moments of this one, etong negative moment. Okay, unahin natin yung negative f. I-moment natin yun sa point A. Okay, that would be equal to what? Okay, unahin na natin itong mas malayo, itong force F. So, i-moment natin yan to point O. Ang mangyari niyan, yung force, sorry, this is force. Ito yan force. Tapos yung perpendicular distance niya. A plus D yan. Okay, kaya ito yan. Tapos, yung moment naman natin to, basically, you just need to add. But F is opposite ng direction ng F, kaya negative F siya dito. Times yung perpendicular distance niya na A. Okay, kaya naging negative FA dito. And then, if you will distribute this one, magiging FA plus FD minus FA. Kaya itong FA, makancel, FD lang yun. Okay? So, either isa lang dito ang gamitin mo, times multiply mo lang yung distance ng dalawang forces or dalawang couple or isang couple, dalawang forces na opposite. Okay? So, nakuha ba? Sige. Meron din tayong tinatawag na vector algebra method. Okay. So, for example, we may also express the moment of a couple by using a vector algebra with the cross product notation. This one, ito. Okay, basically you just need to take individual moments, no, na naka 3D. This is basically class, very helpful or applicable in 3D ng mga problems. Wherein if meron ka daw couples f and negative f, tapos you can either take the individual moments of that, no, at certain point. So meron ka position vector at point A, position vector at point B. So you can just also use this one. Okay, you just need to subtract the vectors or position vectors from A and from B, and then you take the cross product of the force. Okay, so siguro let's illustrate some example. This one, the rigid structural member is subjected to a couple consisting of two 100 Newton forces. Replace this couple by an equivalent couple consisting of the two forces P and negative P, of which each of which has a magnitude of 400 Newton. Determine the proper angle theta. So, marami tayong kukunin dito. Una, we'll take the moment. We will be replacing this couple, no? Negative P and P to a single moment. And then, next would be to determine the angle. Okay, the angle theta, the proper angle of theta. So, paano natin yan kukunin, class? So, eto lang. Di ba kanina, we have here moment, then we have force, A plus D minus FA, or you can just solve this using FD. Yung D dito will be the distance, perpendicular distance ng dalawang couple. Okay. In this case, meron tayong theta dito. Then we have negative P. So, kung kukunin natin to, kasi perpendicular distance eh. Hindi ito perpendicular distance, tama ba? Yung perpendicular distance is kukunin mo muna yung component nito along this direction. Ito. And ito din. And then, you can get the perpendicular distance D. Ito yon, which is equal to 40. But first, you cannot directly use D using this one, ganito ang rotation. Kukunin mo yung component nito. Pag ganito. Okay? So, paano yan? So, first, makukuha natin is yung theta actually. Then, we'll be using the theta to determine the, ano, meron palang magnitude ng P, which is equal to 400. So, diretso na. Theta lang pala yung kukunin natin dito. So, we have here, so, ito, kunin muna natin. So, basically, guys, yung moment ng 100 Newton, kukunin natin yan. So, yan equal to M. I-equate natin yan dito sa moment na mabuo, sa P. Kasi this should be remain equilibrium. Kaya ang moment ng 100 Newton should be equal to the moment ng P, which is equal to 400 Newton. So, una, yung moment ng 100 Newton would be 100 Newton times yung distance nila, which is equivalent to 100. Naka-mm yan ha. So, 100 mm to. Ito naman, 100 Newton. Equal to, yung force naman, ay moment ng point, ng force P. So, again, yung ano nila, yung magnitude nila would be equal to 400. Ito yun, 400, no? Times cosine. Cosine. This is the hypotenuse man. So, you need to determine this one man. So, that is cosine theta. And then, the distance between them is, okay, sorry, this is Newton class. Tapos, distance between them would be 40 mm. Okay, so cancel tong mm. So, cancel yung Newton. Ang matitira would be, so ito magiging 100 times 100. Ito, 400 times 40. Cross-multiply natin yan. 400 times 40. And that is cosine theta. Or in other words, theta would be arc cos ng 100 times 100 all over 400 times 40. Okay? Yan lang yung way ng pag-solve nito. Okay? So, let's carry out using our calculator. Cosine, arc cos 100 times 100 all over 400 times 40, and that is equal to 51.32. Okay, so 51.32 degree, and that is basically your answer for this problem. Okay, so how about this one? Tingnan natin, no? Replace the horizontal force 80 pounds acting on the lever by an equivalent system consisting of a force at O and a couple. So, in this problem, yung 80 pound natin dito, bali, instead of describing this one as an 80 pound, we will be replacing this 80 pound into into a force and couple system. When we say force and couple system, that is combination ng force and a moment. Again, a couple is a moment, ha? So, in this particular problem, what you can do is that itong 80 pound, ita-translate mo yan dito, papunta dito. So, 80 pound, patranslate mo dyan, that will be 80 pound. So, since para maging equilibrium to, you still have to make another 80 pound right here. Kasi, if you have 80 pound, eto, ma-eliminate lang yan. So, you will still come back sa ganitong setup. Kasi, yung magiging sagot mo nito is you take the moment of this one. That is basically your couple. Is that correct? Couple yan. And then you have your force already. Okay? So, yan yung pinapahanap dito. Okay? So, first, kunin natin yung couple nila or yung moment nila ng 80 pound. Ito yung dalawang couple na mag-moment ha. Yung 80 at saka ito, 80. In this direction is in this direction. So, but first, we need to determine ng perpendicular distance nila. Ito yung perpendicular distance nila, D. And that is what? That is equal to what? Okay, D. Okay, so we have here our angle and we have our hypotenuse. So, this is opposite. So, that would be calculated using sine 60 equivalent to D times 9. So, therefore, D would be 9 sine 60. Okay, yan yung gagamitin natin. Therefore, you have here your moment, your force, which is 80 pound, times 9 sine 60, and that would be equivalent to, check natin, 80 times 9 sine 60. Okay, and that is equivalent to 623.54 na lang. Okay, 623.54. Okay, and that is pound. Eto class, dalawang apostrophe, inches yan ha. pound, inches, or inch, pound. Okay, yan yung moment natin, or couple. Again, moment or couple. Therefore, your answer should be, ito na lang, free body diagram yan. Magiging ang sagot mo. Replace daw natin kasi into a force couple system. You have a force, 80 pa dito. And then, you have a couple. So, ano yung direction ng couple niyan? Okay. Ito yung direction ng couple niyan. Okay? Kasi ito yun, no? Basehan natin yung original. So, this one would be 623.54 pound or inch pound. Okay? So, ito naman, 80, sorry, that is 80 pound. Okay? So, basically, this is your answer for that problem. Okay? Nakuha nyo? Okay, free body diagram now. You just need to convert or replace 80 pound horizontal force acting on this end into a single force and a couple system. Okay, yan yung sagot natin dito. Now, for our last problem, ito lang yung last problem. As part of a test, the two aircraft engines are revved up and the propeller pitches are adjusted so as to result in the fore and aft thrust shown. What force F, okay, must be exerted by the ground on each of the main brake wheels at A and B to counteract the turning effect of the two propeller thrust. Neglect any effects of the nose wheel C, which is turn 90 and unbrake. So, medyo complicated yung tanong, but the solution for this would be just very simple. So, basically class, you have here two opposite and equal magnitude na forces. Okay? So, makaka-create ka niya ng tinatawag nating moment or couple, which is yung perpendicular distance nila is 4 feet. Kapag isa lang yung apostrophe, feet yung nire-refer niyan. Kapag dalawa, that would refer to inches. Okay? Diba, meron tayong 5 feet, let's say for example, 5 by 12, okay, or 5 by 11. Okay, tama ba? So, this is 5 feet by 11 and 11 inches. Okay? So, ang tanong dito is, ano daw yung force na ma-exert natin sa A, brake, ito, at saka sa B. So, basically, we just need to solve for the value of F here. Okay, magkakaroon din tayo ng couple dito. So, you have here your F and F. So, basically, you just need to equate ng couple na makikreate ng 500 pound at saka yung force at this different perpendicular distance. So, yung moment or couple na mabubuo ng 500 pound, that is equal to moment na mabubuo naman ng force at saka yung perpendicular distance niya. So, in other words, this is 500 times 14 feet equal to force times 8 feet. Okay? 14 feet, 8 feet. So, therefore, that is equivalent lang ng 500 times 14 divide 8. And that is equal to 875. So, 875 pound. Therefore, this is basically your answer for that problem. Okay? So, I hope nakuha ninyo yung concept ng couple. Madali lang couple class. Okay? And as well as yung 3D moments. So, that's it for your first exam topics. So, I wish you good luck and I hope you studied well for your upcoming exam. Thank you and you keep safe, everyone.